Hey everybody, Igor from the Better Life Academy here. Hey guys, let's continue this journey where I share the golden pieces of wisdom, as I call them. The things which I have learned throughout my life, throughout my experiences, the things which I have learned from my mentors, from the coaches, from the webinars, seminars, courses I have bought and participated in. I kind of compile them all just for myself, actually for my kids, to make sure my kids can then learn from them. And I have this kind of library I can use, to kind of go through that library with them and, creating the better human beings out of them and be ready for this beautiful life and to be ready to get any results and outcomes what they want out of life, right? So I'm doing it with you by just sharing with you this kind of knowledge, pieces of wisdom, which in my opinion might drastically help you to improve quality of your life, for the better. Okay? And obviously some of the things might not work for you, but if you try to implement them, let me know, experiment with them and see if they help you in your life, because I share with you only those things which I personally went through and they helped me to improve my life big time. Okay? Today I want to talk about something very important in my opinion, which directly, impacts our outcomes and results, our life. And those are the decisions. Just think about it. How many decisions do we make a day? I think we make like 1,000 decisions a day. And decision-making process on its own, it's very energy-consuming process. So we're gonna be careful in making those decisions, first of all. Second of all, we're gonna be careful with how many decisions we make, because we might lose a lot of energy on the very little and not significant decisions, and therefore we're not gonna be able to have this energy to actually create and make those bigger decisions, right? Why decisions are so important though, you will ask? Well, it's just because whatever decisions we make, we then take an action based on that decision. That's obvious, right? And logical. And then that action impacts the outcome and results what we get. And that outcome and results impacts the quality of our life. And by the way, what do we have before the making a decision? Well, the thinking process. And I've already talked about that in one of the steps in one of the videos which I have put out on my social media profiles. I forgot what was the name, but I was talking about what is the thinking. I think the name of the video was what the thinking really is. And the thinking is asking questions and answering them. And all what you do when you think, you actually ask yourself questions and get answers. And as soon as you get answers, you then jump to make the decision. And then you make a decision, you take an action, and you take an action, you get to the outcome and results. So I just showed you how your decision impacts your results and outcomes. I don't know if you were thinking about that before or not. It's still useful to repeat. Repetition is mother of all the skills, right? Because even we understand that on our conscious level, we gotta understand it on a subconscious level. We gotta get our subconscious up to speed and make sure subconscious help us to make very right and good decisions. So if we think that decision impacts our outcomes and results so bad, then we probably want to make very right and good decisions most of the time, right? Yes, I mean the answer is obvious. So how do we do that? Well, I have this formula, by the way. How do we make the right decisions? Well, first of all, we gotta understand what are the choices. Usually when we make decisions between the choices, right? So we gotta be prudent and we gotta be put in the list of the choices, what do we have? As soon as we get each of the choice, right? Now what we need to do? Well, we need to come up with the considerations. We need to come up with the things which we want to take into consideration when we look at the choices in order to choose in between them if we have many of them, right? And that's not an easy process, but that's the process of making a decision. Because just think about it. What is the decision? Definition of the decision. Basically, decision is a process of making a conclusion based on some considerations. As easy as that. So what is the key word here? It's a process, guys. But if it's a process, should we invest time in it or not? Of course we should. And that time goes into understanding your choices and then evaluating each of the choices with coming up with all the considerations you want to consider and take into account, for each of the choice. and then you get all those considerations for each of the choices which you have, you actually then will be able, equipped with all the information to make the precise, the most informative and less riskier decision. You know what I'm saying? You get the vibe. So that's why sometimes we make bad decisions, wrong decisions, and those decisions actually take us off the track to the good life just because we make them super quickly. We hurry, we are in a hurry, and we do not put enough consideration into the process, because that's the process. But we think it's a momentum. We just make a decision. And don't get me wrong, we obviously can make quick decisions and should make quick decisions and should not go through the very, time-consuming process sometimes, but only for those decisions which do not require such due diligence, as I would say, or which, if done wrong, will not impact your life drastically. But the ones who, play so crucial role in your life, they gotta be, taken care of, and you're gonna go through the process of making those decisions. Last but not least for today, guys, I want to make sure you understand that not only big decisions matter, but the small ones as well. Because just think about it. We make a little small wrong decisions today, and then we make it tomorrow, and then make it the day after tomorrow. What happened? They accumulate. They compound, like compound interest in investing, right? And they can lead to the disaster. If today I have decided to ignore my partner's feelings, it might be okay if tomorrow I will fix it. But if I will do the same tomorrow, if I will do the same the day after tomorrow, and on and on and on, where it would lead me and my partner and our relationships? Well, it's not in a very pretty place, right? That's why I want to say that decisions are very important, and we're going to work on them. And those small decisions, I will give you a hint. What are the most important decisions you ever should make in your life in the right way every single day? Those are the decision what you put your focus on, because the focus creates your reality. The decision what kind of meaning you create, what kind of words you use, what kind of story you tell yourself. And I mentioned about this in the previous steps, which in the previous videos which I have put out there online, right? The decision what to do, and the decision of what kind of people to surround yourself with. Those decisions on the subconscious level are being made by our mind every single day. And the more successful we are in making these decisions, because they compound with the time, the better off we are in life. And I will tell you more. I have this special method which will help you to understand your choices, which will help you to understand your considerations, which will help you to quantify those choices and consideration into something tangible you then can use to make your decision around. And that's going to be very precise and calculated decisions, which will help you to make sure you start making the right decisions most of the time, and therefore get to the beautiful results in your life. If you want to know more about that and what is the method all about, I'm ready to share it with you. As a matter of fact, I have the whole, step and the video part of my course called The Shortcut to a Better Life. So if you want to know more how to make calculated decisions with the calculator, the ones which will get you to the outcomes and results which you want out of life and to build your dream life, go to the website betterlifeacademy.me, sign up for the course, and I will see you there, and I will talk to you about this method of how to make the right decisions most of the time when you're making your decisions. All right? If you like that video, on the other hand, please share it, repost it, and just follow all my social media profiles, because a lot more information, more golden nuggets coming out, and upcoming videos which I'm going to be about to post in the profile. We're not going to stop. We're only going to take and speed up the whole process, and we're going to be coming out at you with the goodies. All right? Okay, it's enough out of me today. Igor from the Better Life Academy right there.